Please watch the following clip to the end. Whoa.
That wasn't a BLM protest you just witnessed. That was a feminist protest against the talk about male suicide. You heard that right. Those were feminists trying to prevent men from listening to a talk about male suicide. We're going to do a deep dive into this, and it's going to be a tough one, guys. So buckle up.
There is no denying that there are many human rights issues that uniquely or disproportionately affect men.
In this country, fathers are not second-class citizens. I know there are a lot of people out there, including judges and probation officers, who still don't get that message, but fathers are not second-class citizens. Sometimes they're actually better parents.
When men are married to women who scream like you, they just want to die.
Know in your heart that all men are stupid and they are the lesser species.
And women like you are exactly why there are absolutely no good men who want to be with women anymore. Because if you are going to be in a loving, committed relationship with a man, you cannot have anything in your heart that says, oh, all men are stupid, or all men are trash, or all men ain't shit. You can't have any of that in your heart. You need to grow up and accept the fact that men are not the lesser species, sweetheart. Men are not a lesser species. Men are just as good and are just as necessary for this species' survival as women. And if you think that your boyfriend is dumber than you and is lesser than you in any way, you do not deserve that man, because you do not appreciate him. You do not appreciate all he possibly will and has done for you. Because that's really all this is about. It's about appreciation and understanding that if there wouldn't be for men, this society could not function in any way.
So I won't hold back, and you should know that what's never good, just have regrets. So I won't go back, oh, would I guide me to forget the time I lost with no regret.
I promise you, I have the answer as to why 90% of relationships fail. People are going to throw out common answers like you just never really learned how to properly communicate, or you just couldn't see eye to eye on certain things, but the vast majority of relationships fail due to people wanting the best of both worlds in their partner. This is something nobody wants to admit to themselves or to anybody else, and they want to come up with every excuse in the book why this isn't their core issue, but it is. Women, for example, want a guy who is safe and reliable, yet exciting at the same time, and these things usually do not coincide. You're usually either going to get one or the other. The safe, responsible, yet boring guy, or the exciting, mysterious, yet chaotic, unreliable partner. Men want, as we say, a lady in the streets, but a freak in the sheets. You not see how ridiculous that is? That is a complete oxymoron. Again, you usually either get one or the other. One is a little more boring, one is a little bit more exciting, but we're looking to combine the two, and 95% of the time, that is not going to happen. The truth is, people are entirely unwilling to pick and choose, to decide on what's best for their life. Do they want excitement, or do they want to prioritize a reliable partner?
I just want to ask you this question on a live video so that everyone else can see the absolute buffoonery and idiocy that is your brain. So, being humble, cooperative, peaceful, and having integrity is toxic behavior. I just wanted to check. And you asked if I knew how you were alone. Well, if you think those 4 positive attributes of good, willing, smart, intelligent, hardworking adults is toxic masculinity, And then I went to your page and looked at all your videos, and there's not one picture of you anywhere. So that means you're probably extremely unfortunate looking. So you think positivity, good adult mannerisms and traits, and the fact that you're probably unfortunate looking, that's how I know you're alone. Have a nice day.
Okay, Batman, we'll take it from here. All right, listen up. All of you have the right to remain silent.
This is when you should give her a relationship. After 6 whole months. I don't care if she has given up the cookie or say that she wants the relationship now. In these 6 months, you need to be figuring out what type of person she is. Stop letting in people that you don't even know in your life. Simple.
The truth about your ex is that it's done. It's over. You need to move on and find somebody else. It's sad that there's a lot of people that try to win over their exes again. Like, why? You're literally beating yourself up for no reason. There's other people out there that are going to be better for you in your life. You have to have an abundance mindset, and you have to make yourself better to find someone better that's going to suit you. Stop trying to get someone who didn't even care about you and respect for you, and it didn't work, to like you back again. It's just a waste of time and energy. And the percentage of those relationships that work out, that people go back to their ex, is probably like 1 or 2%, and that's not good odds. So you're wasting your time. Stop focusing on trying to get someone back, let them live their life, you live yours, and try to find someone else that you have a good spark with. Stop dwelling over your exes. It's a waste of time and energy.
The first thing you have to understand about older women is that they are as horny as guys they're as horny as teenage boys. It's as simple as that. I mean, a woman who is 35, 37, 40, she is going to have a sex drive like there's no tomorrow, which makes sense, right?
Good morning, young men. So here's another one of the teachable moments. Comment that comes up in my videos quite often, so I'm going to address it here, is men understand how women profit during the divorce, but they're not seeing how women profit during the marriage. Keep in mind, all these women are taught nowadays, I'm strong, independent, I get my own job, get my own car, get my own house, pay my own bills. They're fully independent, don't need a man. Yet when they get married, 9 times out of 10, the man's making more money than the woman. Your money as a man is paying her bills. Her money still stays her money. She's just not paying her own bills anymore. You're paying that house note. You're paying that car note. You're paying for all the necessities of life. Her money pays for her trips. Her money pays for her makeup. Her money pays for her stuff that she wants. But it's not going to the household. That's how they profit during the marriage. And then they profit during the divorce with alimony, child support, and half your shit and everything else when they really didn't bring a whole lot into the marriage.
Sorry. Do you think it's true women often find attractive men cute and romantic when an ugly one doing the exact same thing is creepy?
Yes, absolutely.
So then why do women complain about guys not willing to make an effort if it pretty much depends on whether she's attracted to him or not?
Oh, because women love to complain.
What do you think is the difference between sexually empowering women and sexually objectifying women?
Ooh. I think empowerment comes from self, and I think objectification comes from others.
Okay. Do you think the sexual empowerment of women in any way contributes to their own objectification?
Yes.
So why is sexual empowerment of women a good thing if it leads to
Because I think it's how you perceive yourself. If you are okay with putting yourself out there that way and you feel comfortable with the reactions that you're going to receive, then that is where your empowerment comes from.
Okay, but isn't it entirely subjective?
It is entirely subjective.
So how can you kind of like get mad at someone for objectifying you when it really just, it could be the exact same thing.
But what I'm saying is, if you're mad
right?
at someone objectifying you, then you shouldn't put yourself out there that way. But if you're putting yourself out there that way, you are empowering yourself to receive any reaction that's out there and not give a fuck.
So if you're putting yourself out there, do you have a right to complain if people...
I don't think so.
Okay. Do you think the sexual...
I always get annoyed when people will tell me something like, oh, well, you're attractive, you're tall. Women like tall guys. Yeah, you're playing on easy mode. No, I'm playing on easy mode because I act like a man. I have best friends of mine who are 5'1" and their wife is 5'7". And apparently a woman wanted to fuck them despite them being short. But you know what? They act like men. The woman doesn't give a shit. Height is only a problem if you make it a problem. So that's an excuse that guys like to use.
I asked him, why do males lie and pretend that they want a relationship if all they want is something casual? This male looked at me and he said, if we're honest and upfront about our intentions with you, you may say no.
Ma'am, Miss Ebony Cutie, the exact same thing can be said for females. You date us, you do what you have to do to get a ring on that finger. Why aren't you honest with us? You don't love us, you love what we can provide. And you'll do anything you have to do to get that marriage certificate that ties us to you. It's the same game, just different goals. Men want to get laid, women want to get married. Don't be disingenuous. It's not a good look.
I see a backlash against masculinity, and a sense that there's something toxic about
but
masculinity.
What is this idea of being
such.
over? Why is society overly feminized?
Well, I didn't ever say that society was overly feminized. So if we're going to discuss my views, we should use my actual words. I believe that there's a danger in our society at the moment of making the assumption that our culture, for example, is a tyrannical patriarchy, which it is in some small part, and that any active engagement on the part of young men in particular is indistinguishable from an unacceptable power and dominance drive, which I don't believe.
But surely
I think all of that is inappropriate and incorrect.
If much of the power and authority over a very long historical period is lain with men, isn't it only inevitable that some men will get a little hacked off when women are given a stab at something approaching equality?
Well, that could be inevitable.